What's going on, everybody? So today I will be showing you one of my favorite builds right now, and that's going to be Tank, Cyborg, and Wrestler. So it's really one of those builds where you kind of need to level up a little faster. The only thing I would say is if you're getting a ton of sabers at the start, then go ahead and star that guy if you're getting a ton. But if you're not really finding many, then be ready to level up, and so that way you can fit everything in. It's definitely, I think it's completed at 8, and then once you're at commander level 8, you will have your 3 tanks, 3 cyborg heroes with the blood synergy, so you'll get a 4 cyborg bonus and a 4 tank bonus, and that will also have 1 wrestler, and then Jawhead, which is a wrestler, and Carmilla, which is a wrestler. So it synchronizes well at the end. You just need to make sure you get to that point. And also with this build, it is a little open-ended because you have that 9th hero that can be whatever. So be looking out for really any synergy you can pick up, as long as assassin synergy, empire synergy, or wrestler synergy. Because you can make either 3 assassins on there. And if you're getting really lucky with the synergies, I suppose you could go 6 assassins. You can use the Empire synergy for sure. And if you wanted to throw in like a Guinevere as the last hero, that will enable you to get a 4 Empire synergy, which it does make a difference. And if you get a wrestler synergy, you can fully complete the 6 out of 6 wrestler. But don't stress too much on that wrestler synergy. Like if it's there, grab it, but you can still complete this build and be effective with only the 3 wrestlers. Okay, so the main focus, obviously, like I said, Saber if you're getting a ton of them. Just because if you do end up getting a wrestler synergy or an empire synergy or an assassin synergy, he is going to work well with any of those synergies. Other than that, Jawhead is definitely going to be your main focus. Jawhead is the one who is actually going to put out the most damage and the most crowd control. So he's just a really effective wrestler that is actually pretty tanky too. And by the end of this build, all of the heroes will be tanky, so you will see that. Okay, so we obviously have a decent amount of sabers. So, and this roll right here was very lucky because we got everything we needed. Everything we needed. Sorry, guys. I can't talk right now. But, so we were able to complete the blood synergy, which is very, very big to get that right before the first boss. And we got those Jawheads. And as far as Kufra is concerned, I will be swapping him out for a Gato late game if I don't get a wrestler synergy. So keep that in mind. And also, Remy is a super good commander to use for this build just because of that extra gold. Kind of gets you to where you need to be to make this build successful. You could also use Eva's skill 1. Benny, not the greatest hero for this build because it's going to be hard to get heroes into the hole. Okay, we got that 3-star saber. We're still able to save the clone, which is kind of something you need to do for this build, especially if you get that first clone. So that way when you do get the Gato, he's easier to get to level 2. Because the difference between a level 2 Gato and a 1 is just so big. And it is really going to make the game a lot easier if you save some clones. Even if you don't get a clone on the first one, you can potentially get a clone on the second one. Obviously, if there are synergy items that you need, go ahead and swoop them. But just be looking out to save that clone. So you can see here that we are pretty tanky, and there's a little bit of CC, but it's just not as good as it will be as soon as we can find a Johnson. Because the Johnson is going to not only complete the 3 tanks, but he will also complete the 4 cyborgs. So now we are all set up. All we need is a Johnson, and then it will be level 8 commander completion like I was talking about. And we're just looking out for some synergies to, see what we can add on. And that's another reason why Remy is so good with this build, because you're automatically lowering your hit points. So you should always be able to get a synergy item. Now, I always go for the upgrade over any synergy or any item, just because that gives you a free hero slot, and you can hit the boss and still potentially get a synergy. So it's very worth it to just get that upgrade. You have an extra slot and no worries. So there, I was re-rolling quite a bit to see if I could get the Johnson to get this build completed. We did not find one, but we got a Gato, so that is huge. Oh yes, as far as items are concerned, guys, be looking for Magic Lifesteal, Magic Box, the mage item that makes you so you heal up and can't be attacked. Like, basically focus on mage items. If there are no mage items, get some items for your saber or even Jawhead. Like a physical lifesteal on Jawhead is amazing. And here I was able to get that item that clones 2 other items. I threw it on Saber because he is a 3-star. If he was only 2-star, I would put it on Jawhead. And I think the Saber should be able to take this Freya out. Yeah. So, still looking for that Johnson. And that is one of the reasons why you need to focus on upgrading that commander level fast. So your odds of getting all these 4, and I guess Gato is the only 5 gold hero, just to make your probabilities a little bit more in your favor, you want to level up your commander at a decent pace. And one thing I don't think I mentioned is getting your tanks to 2-star is very big. So since I have an upgrade slot, which means we will automatically be getting our 6 wrestlers in, if that's the way I wanted to go, which I do go that way, I ended up picking up the clone there, and now we get an immediate 2-star Gato, which is going to make a huge, huge difference. We throw the magic items on him, and now he's going to be super strong, dealing out a ton of damage and a huge amount of CC. It just works very well with Jawhead. Okay, hopefully we can get the Johnson this round. I mean, we've been saving up enough gold for sure. So I'm going to throw in that Cyclops for now, since no luck on getting the Johnson. That way we at least get a bonus from throwing him in, getting a 3 Celestial bonus. So Gato is going to be able to attack a little faster, and so is Mincetar. I think that's how you say his name. I don't know, guys. I've never actually used that hero in casual mode.
Your strategies are pitiful. Blood. Blood. Such a tender, lambent moon tonight. The abyss.
Going to have this, the D-Roth just waiting right there, and going to throw him in since we are still not able to find a Johnson. And that is actually pretty bad because the Johnson gives you the 4 tank and the 4 cyborg heroes, which is just such a huge difference. So make sure you're looking out for those necessity heroes. And honestly, I think if I would have saw a Johnson here, I would have picked him up. But instead, I'm going to get that defense plate, and I assume I put it on Gato because he already has Magic Lifesteal. Yep, so now he is just really going to be a huge tank and just a nuisance in general, just popping the whole team up, dealing some good damage. And I hope I actually got a Johnson to this video. Otherwise, I might have to redo it and find another match. But this is also kind of good because it shows you how powerful this build can be, even if you aren't finding the Johnson at an early stage. And if you find him early, guys, it's just going to make the game so much easier. I find that sometimes he's actually harder to find than the Sicilian. There he is. And you have to be looking out for him, guys, because it's not going to pop up since you're using the blood synergy. It's not going to pop up as a bonus. But as soon as you throw him in, now we have 4 tanks, 4 cyborg, and you can see that I took out the D-Rock because you're just so much tankier with those bonuses in. Like, every hero is going to have a high amount of hit points, going to be hard to kill, and this really isn't a high damage build. It's just CC and tankiness. It's also a very, very fun build, so I think you guys will enjoy this one. As far as positioning wise, this is how I like to do it. Just throw my 3 tanks right in the middle there and corner everything up on them. So that way everyone is getting that shield. You can see here that I moved the Sicilian to the side because I'm going to put in the Dyroth in there. Since Sicilian doesn't really matter too much, she's really just there for the blood synergy to make all these other synergies easier to complete. Like, since I have her in, I need one less wrestler, 1 less tank, 1 less cyborg hero. So this build is definitely using the blood synergy to its full potential. And now we are completed with that. Johnson getting the upgrade to 10. I mean, well, this is over completed. So, and you can do the same thing if you find a wrestler synergy also. Let's see what we get here at this point. Yeah, the Guinevere is definitely going to help. Go ahead and take out the D-Roth, and getting the Johnson to level 2 is definitely what we want, just to make our shield a little bit more powerful. And Guinevere is a great unit to use. And if you don't get a wrestler synergy, you can always pick up an Empire synergy and use a Guinevere instead of a Gato. And since you already have a Thane in the synergy, you will automatically get pushed to
Not a blessing, but a curse.
4 Empire. So keep that in mind. Or if you find an Assassin synergy, you can use your 9th slot to throw in an Assassin. So definitely keep that in mind, that there is room in this build for you to go. I guess it's 3 different ways. But yeah, this build is super enjoyable to use, so give it a shot. Let me know. If you like these videos, like the content, please throw the video a like and subscribe so we can get this channel rolling. And here soon I will be doing live stream and making videos with my face in it. Just ordering some cords now that I was missing, and hopefully after they arrive, everything will be all set up.
Are you ready to lose with style?
And this was quite a while ago, so that's why I'm at 7K points.